You know you're having a rough campaign when it's 5 weeks to Election Day and you're trying to refocus the voters' attention onto your mental health issues. But that's where Herschel Walker is tonight. Last night we brought you a bombshell report from the Daily Beast that alleges Walker knew about, consented to, and paid for a girlfriend's abortion in 2009. The Beast has the receipts, a personal check, and even this get well card apparently signed by Walker. All of that would be bad news for any Republican running for just about anything. But Walker claims to be a pro-life Christian family man against abortion in any and all cases, even if the mother could die. He is in favor of a nationwide abortion ban with absolutely no exceptions, again, even if the mom could die. Needless to say, the backlash was quick and it was harsh, and much of it came from Walker's own son, a pro-Trump conservative named Christian.
Do you care about family values? I was silent lie after lie after lie. The abortion card drops yesterday. It's literally his handwriting in the card. They say they have receipts, whatever. He gets on Twitter. He lies about it. Okay, I'm done. Done.
This morning, the candidate appeared in the relatively friendly confines of Fox and Friends to address the October surprise.
What do you say about your son? Is he telling the truth?
Well, I love my son unconditionally, and that's where I've always been. The damage he's doing is letting people know that the left will do whatever they can to win this seat. And I told you when I got in this race, I'm going to win this seat. People see someone sitting here in front of you right now that's been redeemed, and I want America to know I'm living proof that you can make mistakes and get up and keep going forward, but you can only do it in this country right here, and you can only do it if we get this election correct this coming November.
He also said I didn't know the woman and that the signature probably wasn't his. Later, he dropped a new ad declaring himself redeemed, saying that he has cured his mental health. Yes, he said mental health, not mental illness, and that was a scripted ad. He also called his Democratic opponent, the former pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church, a liar.
Reverend Weeknights running a nasty, dishonest campaign. Perfect for Washington. The Reverend doesn't even tell my full story, my true story. As everyone knows, I had a real battle with mental health. Even wrote a book about it. And by the grace of God, I've overcome it. Weeknights a preacher who doesn't tell the truth. He doesn't even believe in redemption. I'm Herschel Walker, saved by grace, and I approve this message.
I want to bring in Cheri Jacobus. She's the host of Politics with Cheri Jacobus on Patreon. Okay, so is redemption the remedy for this? Is it going to be enough?
I think it's a Hail Mary pass. That is what it is. I don't think it's going to work for him. Yeah, I mean, it's not working for him. This is the inauthenticity is what's going to be getting the voters. There's more coming out that we're hearing. He's way down in the polls, according to a new poll that came out just tonight, and that was before all of this happened. So I think people just don't trust him, and it's not working for him. Look, there is redemption. Redemption doesn't mean that you necessarily should be a senator. When you're out there talking about your mental health issues, this is someone who, allegedly put a gun to the head of an ex-wife. He's got every family member who has stories about him, and they're only coming out because they feel they have to. So at some point, if the redemption is real, somebody who cares about him can say, look, go clean up your life, work on your mental health, but you really can't be a United States senator.
But, the redemption when it comes within like 10 hours of the thing is also the timing. And to the timing, I want to get to that in a second, but you mentioned that survey. I think, is that the Survey USA that came out saying before all the drama with the scandal, Warnock was up 12 points, I think 50-38 for Warnock. Correct. Versus Herschel Walker. Yeah, that's a heck of a gap to try to make up when all this happens right afterwards. So we talked about the timing a second ago, the timing of how you're redeemed within a day of this news dropping. But an October surprise is called that for a reason. It's a surprise that is specifically held until October to release it at the most opportune time to damage your opponent, whether it's true or not. But if you're that person who gets damaged, can you then use it as an excuse as to why it's not true? Can claiming that it's just an October surprise diminish it in any way?
Well, in some ways, yes, because it's sort of a catchphrase. October is a good time. It's after summer, after Labor Day, when things are heating up. This is still very early October. If the information is true, and that's the best time to get the attention of voters because they're paying attention, then the October surprise is not necessarily a negative thing. If it's done at the very end and it's just negative and it's just throwing everything up against the wall to see what sticks and it's not true, then it's a dirty trick and it doesn't work. So October surprises can be, a couple of different things. I'm not totally against them if they're true. I don't know if the surprise part is always necessary, but if they're, sometimes that's when the information comes out and you do want to get the attention of the voters. But if it turns out to be false, you got a problem. In this case, he's denying it. I think there's more to come out. So as you noted, he wants redemption, but he's denying it. So we're not. I mean, we're not really sure.
I know it's an odd. It's an odd reputation. Okay,
but with this issue though,
I want to show you this though. This is really important, and I want to fit it into the segment. And it's what I call the Republican double down, because I think a lot of the Republicans are just looking at him saying, I can't fight this. We're not going to be able to. But too bad. We need him. So I want you to see Dana Loesch. She was the Republican spokesperson for the NRA. She also is a broadcaster. And this is her sort of then and now, what she said on abortion in 2017 and what she said about this yesterday. Take a look.
Choice before conception. Afterwards, it's pro-infanticide. And choice is just a fancy word that people use to hide the fact that it is murder.
So I don't care if Herschel Walker paid to abort endangered baby eagles. I want control of the Senate.
I particularly like the eye raise at the end, as if to say, screw you, we need our guy, vote for him regardless. To me, that's uncomfortable. And I don't care what party it is. If you don't care who the person is that you're putting in the United States Senate, to me, that's just reprehensible.
It's about raw power, and she's saying the quiet part out loud on this, and it's very, very, very much a hypocrite in that regard. Because look, if she really truly believes that all abortion is murder, and now she's just given an exception, except in the political life of a candidate that we desperately need for the Senate majority. So if that's her exception, I would say I think this is this could really hurt Herschel Walker if the race were close. But I think now if it's looking like it's not close, and if there's some follow-up polls that show this gap, and then there's polls take after, it's uncomfortable.
I'll tell you what, it's uncomfortable that she thinks so little that character matters. She did go on to say later today, and I do have to wrap this, but she did go on to say, I want to protect all the other unborn babies if I have to sacrifice the one, even if it's true, she said, that Herschel Walker may have aborted. So there you have it. But Cheri, we've got to have you back. There's certainly a lot more to happen. As you said, it's still early October. Thanks for this.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.